Hello everyone. I have my special friend Mr. Bear here with us today. Say hello, Mr. Bear. Hello. And he's gonna be hanging out because we're having a special bear themed week. We're gonna be going on some bear hunts. And I thought for our stories, we should definitely visit one of the most famous bear stories of all, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And the version I'm going to share with you today is retold and illustrated by the wonderful artist Jan Brett. She does really detailed, beautiful illustrations. So you can see right here, there's the bear family. And they're walking together and swinging baby bear in their arms. Alright, so let's hear this version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. There's a little beehive, because bears also really like honey. There's Goldilocks, getting ready for a walk in the woods, picking some flowers. Oh, that must be the bear's cottage. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived together in a house of their own in a wood. One of them was a little small wee bear, and one of them was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great huge bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge. You can look on the side. There's the bowls. I'm guessing that's the papas. The bottom, then the mamas, and at the top is the little bears. They each had a bowl for their porridge, a little bowl for the little small wee bear, a middle-sized bowl for the middle-sized bear, and a great huge bowl for the great huge bear. And they each had a chair to sit in, a little chair for the little small wee bear, a middle-sized chair for the middle-sized bear, and a great huge chair for the great huge bear. And they each had a bed to sleep in, a little bed for the little small wee bear, a middle-sized bed for the middle-sized bear, and a great huge bed for the great huge bear. Everything fits them just right. One day, after they had made their porridge for breakfast and poured it into their porridge bowls, they walked out into the woods while their porridge was cooling. Along now, baby bear. And who is coming? While they were walking, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house. First, she looked in at the window, and then she peeped in at the keyhole, and seeing no one was at home, she lifted the latch. The door opened before her, and in she went. Can you just go into someone's house? That's not okay. How pleased Goldilocks was when she saw the steaming porridge on the table. The smell of the sweet porridge with roasted nuts, honey, and berries filled the room. It was so tempting that Goldilocks set about helping herself. First, she tasted the porridge of the great huge bear, but it was too hot. Then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear, but it was too cold. And then she tried the porridge of the little small wee bear, and it was neither too hot nor too cold. It was just right. She liked it so much that she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks sat down on the chair of the great huge bear, but it was too hard for her. Then she sat down in the chair of the middle-sized bear, but it was too soft for her. And then she sat down in the chair of the little small wee bear, and this chair was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. So Goldilocks seated herself in it, and there she sat, until the bottom of the chair gave way, and down she came, plump, upon the floor. Oh dear. Then Goldilocks went upstairs to the bedroom in which the three bears slept. Ooh, this is a picture of Papa Bear's bed. It is humongous. First she lay down on the bed of the great huge bear, but that was too high at the head for her. Next she lay down upon the bed of the middle-sized bear, but that was too high at the foot for her. Then she lay down upon the bed of the little small wee bear, and that was neither too high at the head nor foot, but just right. So she covered herself up comfortably and fell fast asleep. By the time the bears thought their porridge would be cool enough to eat, so they returned home for breakfast. Now Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great huge bear standing in his porridge bowl. Oh, so he can tell someone took a bite. "Someone has been at my porridge," said the great huge bear in his great rough, gruff voice. And when the middle-sized bear looked at hers, she saw that the spoon was standing in it too. "Someone has been at my porridge," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice. And then little small wee bear looked at his bowl, and the spoon was in the porridge bowl, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody has been at my porridge and has eaten it all up," said the little small wee bear in his little small wee voice. Oh, just look at him. That's too bad. Upon this, the three bears, seeing that someone had entered their house and eaten up little small wee bear's breakfast, they began to look about them. Now Goldilocks had not put the hard cushion straight when she rose from the chair of the great huge bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the great huge bear in his great rough, gruff voice. And Goldilocks had crumpled the soft cushion of the middle-sized bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice. And you know what Goldilocks had done to the third chair. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and has sat the bottom right out of it," said the little small wee bear in his little small wee voice. Oh, how's he feeling? Oh. Then the bears thought it necessary that they should make a further search, so they went upstairs to their bedroom. Now Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great huge bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the great huge bear in his great rough, gruff voice. And Goldilocks had pulled the cover of the middle-sized bear out of its place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed too," said the middle-sized bear in her middle voice. Here they are, checking their rooms. What is going on? And then the little small wee bear came to look at his bed, and there was Goldilocks sleeping peacefully, her long shiny braids spread across his pillow. Little small wee bear just stared at her for a moment and didn't say anything. But then he cried, "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is!" Goldilocks had heard in her sleep the great rough, gruff voice of the great huge bear, and the middle voice of the middle-sized bear, but it was only as if she heard someone speaking in a dream. But when she heard the little small wee voice of the little small wee bear, it was so sharp and so shrill and so like her own that it awakened her at once. Up she started, and when she saw the three bears on one side of the bed, she tumbled herself off the other and ran to the window. Out Goldilocks jumped and ran away as fast as she could run, not looking behind her until she was very far away. She's very surprised to wake up and discover the house was owned by bears. And what happened to Goldilocks afterwards, no one can tell, but the three bears never saw anything more of her. And there they are, giving the little small wee bear a hug to help him cheer up and feel better, since his breakfast was eaten and his chair was broken. Somebody slept in his bed. That naughty Goldilocks. I sure hope they didn't see her again, because she learned her lesson and didn't go sneaking around into other people's houses anymore. What do you guys think? How about you, Mr. Bear? Oh, you know, if Goldilocks came to visit me, I'd share my porridge with her. Aw, that would be sweet. Okay, I love you guys, and I miss you, and I'll see you again for another story soon.